Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and today I'm going to be doing your weekly horoscope forecast for all of the zodiac signs. So be sure to check them out and listen to them. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, as you're listening to these, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I have published on this channel. Also, just so a lot of you that are tuning in for the very first time, you are probably new subscribers and not familiar with the weekly horoscopes. These are general in nature and intuitive, so it's hard to write a horoscope that would apply to every single person under one sign. So just take what you can, and then what you can't, just leave it. But know that there may be bits and pieces that do apply to you. Some people like to listen to also to their rising sign and their moon sign in addition to their sun sign. So it's up to you and how you want to do it. But other than that, let's go ahead and get into the horoscopes. Aries, this week for you, Aries, it is going to be a week of contemplation. And I say contemplation because there's a lot of things that are running heavily on your heart right now. It feels like there is something around your heart space that has created some stagnation. It has created some feelings of not feeling very happy, almost discouraged. And this feels like it's more centered around your financial state, your work life. So this could be very much where their focus is right now. You are going to have to be relying on your intuitive abilities, and all of you out there have a certain level. We all have a certain level of intuitive abilities. It's just a matter of actually tapping into them and trusting what you get. Like when you get that gut feeling, that is your intuition speaking to you, and you need to trust that. A lot of you are also debating whether or not you should take the time this week and really just discuss your emotions and stuff, of how you really are feeling. So be contemplating how you feel, your emotions. These are things that you need to really focus on right now. There also could be a decision weighing heavily on you this week where you feel like you are almost having to pick and choose your battles wisely, almost like you're having to choose between one thing or the other, or one person or the other, and it just is creating this disturbance in your life right now. You don't feel very good about it, but as the week progresses and we get into midweek, going into closer to the weekend, there's a lot more of clarity that comes in, and a lot of these emotions that were a little thick and heavy, they kind of move away, and you're more now moving into a more positive and more uplifting type of mind frame, and your soul feels a lot better from that. A lot of you are working on, like I said, in your jobs, very hard or very discouraged right now, because let's say you've been in a job for quite some time and there's no room for advancement, or let's say there is room for advancement, but you haven't been able to get to the position that you are wanting, or you're not happy in where you're at right now, but you don't want to talk to your boss or ask him for a raise, maybe because you fear that if you do, things could be worse. But sometimes things stay the same and they never change if we don't, take the initiative and ask. So Spirit is saying basically to take the initiative and to ask. There's nothing wrong in doing so, and I feel like that's what you need to do this week. If there's something that you're not happy with, Spirit is saying either stay in that position that you are. You can stay in there and be unhappy, or you can take the initiative, whether this is asking your supervisor for a raise, or it's you looking for another job that pays more, or taking on a second job, or doing something that is more self-employed, or something that can bring you some extra money yourself. And you feel like a lot of you out there may be feeling like you're just tired, you're just emotionally drained. You've been working very hard, not just in your work life, but in other areas, to keep your family afloat, to keep your your family together. There could be some family issues going on as well. But you're at the end of your ropes. Many of you feel like that, and Spirit is just saying to keep your patience, to be patient. Things will change, but you have to be very optimistic, and you just need to continue to be patient, and that's the main thing here. So that's the horoscope for the sign of Aries. Again, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon. Taurus, this week for you, Taurus, it is going to be a week in which you are, you're coming out of the weekend. A lot of you may have had some drama that happened over the weekend, some discussions, maybe some emotions that ran kind of high, things on social media triggered you. There's this feeling like you're triggered early on in the week, like Monday, maybe even into Tuesday. There's someone or something that is triggering you, and you feel almost in a way, almost like you're being judged unjustly, or whatever is being spread, whether this is rumors, gossip, lies, or someone lying to you. You feel very much like you're being judged in some kind of way, and it's unfair to you, and it's not right, and you feel almost like upset about it. You're very upset, and you have every reason to be upset about it, but you immediately will shift, and there is a lot of light that surrounds you this week, a lot of good angelic support. And what I'm seeing for you is that a lot of you are going to be spending some quality time in your spiritual self, whether this is taking a meditation first thing in the morning, or just really more so, during the day, going out into the nature and to breathe fresh air, if you work especially in an office or inside of a building. A lot of you will be going outside and reassessing, and you're kind of like more advanced than a lot of people that surround you spiritually. A lot of you are vibrating at the 4D and 5D level already, or have gone through a spiritual awakening, or maybe you're in the midst of a spiritual awakening. And a lot of you are realizing the bigger picture here, that things are not as gloomy as they seem. They're not as blasé, and you really don't have to allow people to steal your peace. So whatever it is that happens, it's almost like you're communicating with your higher self and your spirit guides as well, and you're getting this this understanding that your presence is more than enough in some people's lives, and that you really don't have to be something that you're not. You don't have to fight for somebody's affection. You ultimately are okay if they're not present in your life, and those that are present in your life, you have a special place for them in your heart space. So you kind of are very, feeling very good about that. There's also something that you may be overthinking, whether this is like starting a new job, or maybe there's some kind of training or something that you want to do that you feel like it's the end of the year already. What are your chances of this working out, whatever it is? It could even be like purchasing something. But Spirit is saying, go ahead and take the risk, because until you take the risk and you do that, you will not be moving forward. It's like you stay stuck and stalled. There's a lot of highlighted this week around your family life, and your family life feels like it's the place that makes you happy. So a lot of you may be finding that when you're at work, you're a different person. You're just weighed down. There's a lot of negativity. You have headaches. But as soon as you come home, you feel like all the weight has been lifted off your shoulders. Your home is where the heart is. You feel like your home is your sacred space. And a lot of you are finding comfort, and you're finding it very therapeutic to come home to those that love you, or come home to your sacred space, or to your pets, or to your animals. So there's a lot of that, and also being nurtured. Those of you that are in a relationship with someone, there's a lot of nurturing and a lot of caring and a lot of love that's being exchanged between the two of you this week. And if that's not the case, if you're not with someone right now, then there is a potential for that to occur for some of you out there. Again, like I said, these horoscopes are not going to necessarily apply to every single one of you out there, because every Taurus is going through a different life phase or experience. So just take what you can, and then leave what you can't take. You also are feeling like there needs to be a little bit more balance in certain areas of your life right now, and you're working on that. You're working on that, and you're also working on your own character and your own attitude, how you maybe perceive people, or you may judge them, you know, based on their appearance and stuff like that. You are trying to get away from that superficiality where, you know, you're not looking at the superficial. You're not judging someone by the exterior. You're judging them by how they make you feel in your presence, and how, you know, you perceive them to be by knowing and tapping into their soul. So a lot of you are doing that, and you're spiritually evolving. It's a good week for a lot of you. It's about, you know, coming home and really just spending quality time enjoying this time of the year, and really just working on the things that you want to do. So again, you're protected by spirit, by angels. That's not a surprise to many of you out there that would be listening that are Taurus. So this is a very, very good week for you. So I want to thank you again for tuning in this week. And if you would please, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I publish. And this was the horoscope for the sign of Taurus this week. Gemini. So for you Geminis, hello. This week for you is definitely going to be a very different type of week than you've had maybe in the past. The reason that I'm saying this is because the week, you know, starting off, a lot of you had, first of all, the retrograde was not the easiest for all of us Geminis out there. I'm a Gemini myself. It was horrible. It was emotional. It was very much depressive for some of us. And there was a lot of battles going on. So this week, you know, there's a little bit of a continuation of this. What I feel right now, what I see from Spirit for Gemini this week is that you start off the week with feeling very positive, getting validation from the world, that the world is your oyster, and basically that you are in the world right now making a difference. You're living out your life purpose and your mission, regardless if you don't understand where you stand in the world, where your position is right now in this earthly plane in space. You are doing what, so wherever you're at right now, you are carrying out your life purpose and mission. Nothing is a coincidence. So whether you're a nurse, whether you're an author, whether you're a psychic, a medium, a Reiki healer, or you're, you know, a fashion designer, or you're into the beauty world, or you're a YouTuber or a vlogger, whatever you're doing it, and you're being aligned. Your spiritual path is being aligned with your greater purpose in mind, and with your life path in mind. So everything that you're doing is where you're supposed to be. A lot of us will not be in this particular position or in that area of life for too long without it evolving. So like a year from now, we'll be in an entirely different place. A lot of us will be in different positions, or our current position or status, you know, social status will elevate, and we'll have more of a presence. But right now there's like some battles that are going on. This could be between you and some key people in your life. There's a sense that you are fighting, you know, that you're having to fight really hard for what you want. And it's not that you like confrontation or you want to be a messy person, but it's more so that you want people to respect you. That's ultimately what it boils down to, is for people around you to respect you and respect your boundaries, respect who you are. And if you're giving them and showing them love and affection, or you're making yourself present in their life for a reason, you just want that reciprocated in many ways. So wherever these battles that you're going through, or you're experiencing this week, whether it's a conversation with someone, or it's an argument, or it's something that's just very short-lived, you know, in your mind space, like a feeling or an emotion that you feel kind of like angry or frustrated towards someone, it's going to be very short-lived. Things are going to flip around and kind of shift into a higher vibration for you. So if this is a positive thing. When it shifts, it's like everything clicks. It's like almost like a light switch going on the on position, and the light bulb comes on, and you're like, hey, you know what, you know, this was not worth my energy or my time being expended this kind of way. I have bigger fish to fry. I have bigger things to do and more important things to do. And so you are more, you know, now looking back on the situation as you get more into the week. And it's all about right now about your finances and your money. That's where your main focus is, whether it's you working, or if you're a stay-at-home mom, you know, and your husband works or your partner works. it's, you know, you supporting them 100% in everything that they do. Basically, you're the supporter of a lot of people, like the caretaker. That's kind of the role that you have put yourself into in life right now for a lot of you. So money is very important. You're considering, you know, what you want to do. A lot of you are considering, should you spend money due to the holidays, you know, for people around you. So these are the kind of things that you are going to be focusing on. But you also may have some small periods this week where you're feeling kind of emotional again, and you're brought back down by something that, you know, triggers you. It could be like a conversation or a memory, and you're kind of, you know, go back into that mental space that where you felt kind of trapped, and you felt like kind of like you didn't know the outcome of a situation. So Spirit is saying to just be mindful of that, and do not let that, you know, affect you in many ways. To just stay positive, and know that any delays that you are experiencing right now are definitely not of to be to punish you. They're not to make you feel, you know, bad about yourself, but rather to serve as a lesson and kind of give you more of strength, and knowing that in time, things that come slowly in time are more appreciated than things that come fast to us, and that there's no value to it. You know, we have it, and then that's it. So again, there's a lot of illumination, a lot of you know, a lot of good energy that follows you going into the weekend. It's almost like around the weekend time where I feel like a lot of you out there would be more intuitive, tapping into your intuitive abilities, really paying attention to that, and needing to tap into your intuitive abilities maybe around your love life. For those of you that are single right now or in a relationship with someone and there's a question about it, like an exclamation mark almost, that's what, you know, you're going to be tapping into your intuitive side and getting a lot of those insights. So this is definitely like a good week for you to really trust what you're getting, trust your vibes, trust everything that Spirit is feeding to your soul, and that you are connecting to your higher self. Trust all of that. And it won't lead you astray. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. This was the horoscope for the sign of Gemini. If you haven't not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button and the notification bell icon on the bottom right hand corner of this video. If you've already done that, you don't have to do it again. Thank you so much. All right, Cancer, for this week, for the sign of Cancer, the horoscopes for you. This week starts off with a lot of energy where you feel, again, almost like you came out of the weekend feeling attacked, perhaps, or feeling not loved. There's a lot of emotions that are running very deeply, a lot of heartbreak around some Cancer signs out there. Again, this may not apply to every Cancer out there, every moonchild, but for some of you, it is where you're feeling a lot of heartbreak, or you're feeling not good about a relationship. You know, also during this week, you are going to find that you may be going towards your family or turning to your family, so that way you can have some kind of peace of mind when it comes to them, and you find comfort in your family. So this is something that you're definitely going to be tuning into. So a lot of you are going to be turning into your spiritual side more for comfort. A lot of you are also fighting, not so much fighting, but really going towards your goals in life, and really charging full speed ahead. And that's what Spirit is saying. You need to charge full speed ahead right now towards your pursuit of your goals and your dreams and your aspirations, because the longer that you push them to the back burner and the longer that you procrastinate, the longer that it's going to take to get to the realization of your dreams and the fulfillment of your dreams. A lot of you also may be sitting right now in a good financial place and have that money right now with you to, you know, spend on your family or other places or things that you want to spend it on. But a lot of you also are kind of on the fence whether or not, you know, you should make a certain decision. So there's a lot to contemplate when it comes to your finances. When it comes to your home life, there may be some of you that may be experiencing some abrupt changes, and not just in your home life, but in your life in general, and maybe feeling like you are, you know, later in the week, like losing your grip on reality, or you feel like you're losing traction and you just don't have the upper hand on a situation. This again could be around your work area or a place that you you stay most of the time where you frequently are at the most of, the day. You may be feeling like there's some changes that are happening that are not necessarily well accepted by you, but something that you know that ultimately you need to experience right now for whatever reason. So Spirit is saying just to be very patient. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't get upset if things are not necessarily going your way later in the week. There's also this sense of evolution. A lot of you are tapping into maybe the more magical side of you, searching for answers. And Spirit is saying that a lot of you are not realizing that you are more magical than you probably think you are. And a lot of you have that intuition, you have that spiritual connection, but it's a time to activate it. It's a time to kind of pursue this on a greater level. And a lot of you may be fearful of it, fearful of judgment from what others around you may think, fearful that you may not be, doing something correctly when you try to tap into that area of your life. But there may be somebody that helps you with your, your space, and with your teachings, and with your spiritual journey and path. So be open to anyone that is coming into your life to help you right now, anyone that is approaching closer to you to kind of give you comfort. And if their spirit, their soul makes you feel comfortable, then this is a good energy to have around you right now. So this is a horoscope for the sign of Cancer for this week. If you did like this horoscope and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button, as well as the notification bell icon on the bottom right hand corner of this video. If you have already hit that, you don't have to worry about doing it again. So thank you once again. Blessings for all of you Cancer signs. For Leo this week, there is a lot of fast-paced energy this week that surrounds you, Leo. There's a lot of get-togethers. Your social circle, your social activity is very busy. A lot of you could be having Christmas parties or get-togethers with friends or family during the week, whether this is going out to the bar to have some drinks, or going out to a restaurant to have, or going to someone's house and throwing together like a Christmas party and exchanging gifts, even though we're not yet in Christmas or still another week. But that's kind of like the energy that surrounds you this week, very much so, very intense. A lot of you can easily burn out and feel very stressed out, start suffering migraines, headaches, coming down with a stomach bug. If you're not careful in taking care of yourself, be sure to bundle yourself, keep yourself warm, and pay attention to your body's needs. If your body is feeling tired and you feel sleepy and you're not getting enough sleep, shut off your phone, shut off all the electronic devices, and get some sleep. Basically, you need to pay attention more to your health this week, because this is a week where you can easily start feeling the effects of your body going and not resting. A lot of you could be finding that you're getting, like I said, sick, or just not feeling the best energetically, and you need to be in that best spot, especially if you have kids or you have family members that depend on you on some kind of level. You definitely need to do that. There's also your emotions are running very, very high for a lot of you Leos out there this week. You could feel very emotional, and very much something could set you off into being very upset, frustrated with someone, or even angry. And it could, cause you to try to retaliate against this person. So just be very mindful of your emotions. Don't let things sometimes we create assumptions in our own mind and think that we know a situation because of a social media status, or because someone said something, and we think that it's right. Whether this is you, feeling about, this is happening to you regarding a relationship or love situation or some other area of your life. The thing here Spirit is saying is not to jump into conclusions. Do not jump to assumptions, because not everything that you are perceiving right now may be coming in clearly. A lot of it could be misconstrued. A lot of it could be very much the opposite of what you're actually perceiving it to be, because there is something that is clouding you, and it's your emotions, and it's your maybe some insecurities. We all have insecurities. You also are in a state of or in a place right now where you are going to be receiving some emotional fulfillment, and you're ready to give that as well. Give love to someone new. So those of you that are maybe single or seeing someone right now, there's a potential for that relationship to kind of take off into a new, the next level, or to become closer, as the month progresses and we get into 2019. But again, all of this is going to depend on you, on your ability to let go of the past, and maybe if you still have feelings for someone on the past, to really kind of, still honor those feelings, but push them to the side and realize that you are worthy of exploring this, and you are worthy of new love, whether that person is giving you love or you're giving that person love. So again, definitely you need to rest and kind of stay away from, battles right now that don't serve you. Stay away from volunteering to do things that, let's say you have a strict work schedule this week and you already have some extracurricular activities, or you're ready, or, have things planned out for, activities, social activities. And then someone comes along later this week and they're like, hey, can you do this for me? Can you do that for me? Basically, Spirit is saying not to get trapped into signing up or volunteering or committing yourself to anything right now that that you don't have time or energy for. In doing so, you're only going to create a lot of tension, and you may find that you are super stressed and that you really don't want to go forth with, with what you committed to, but for some reason you couldn't say no. So this week is about learning to say no and being very honest with yourself. If you know that you can't commit to something or do something, don't do it. Don't do it just to make someone else happy, because you're sacrificing not only your happiness, but also you may not be able to do it. And then you're going to let that person down, and they're going to see you or perceive you as someone that does not keep their word, or someone that is not, not loyal to them. So again, just be very mindful of that. But if you're able to do that, then there's going to be some positivity that does surround you this week, and it's not going to be all gloom and doom. Again, these horoscopes are just more of a compass to help you navigate. Ultimately, your free will help you decide and make the best decisions in your life. So I want to thank you again for tuning in. If you did like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, but also please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. You can subscribe to my channel by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, and that way you'll be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. So thank you once again. This is the horoscope for the sign of Leo. Virgo, this week for you, Virgo, a lot of you out there are going to be walking away from situations that no longer serve you. There is this sense of finality that a lot of you are really reaching towards, and really are just wanting to create peace in your life. You don't have time right now in your life for anything else than what is really most important to you, and that people that are going to elevate you, not people that are going to bring you down spiritually or emotionally. So whether this is a relationship, this is your work life, or this is any other area of your life, you are making some decisions right now to stay more and align yourself with people that are positive and that vibrate on a higher level. You're just tired of the malarkey, you're tired of the lies, you're tired of the gossip. So friendships that bring you that, or that's that really are more based on that, on those principles that I just explained, are going to be things that you're going to be pushing away from. You may also be needing to work on your patience. A lot of you are not patient right now. A lot of you are wanting things to happen, maybe, at the pace that you want it to happen. You want things to manifest. But Spirit is saying that it's not going to happen when you want to, because there's a lesson that you may need to still yet learn from this situation, even if you are not aware, or you're not able to really comprehend why this is happening the way it is. There is a greater message here for you. And so with every finality and ending, there's a new beginning and a new opportunity and new doors that will be opening to you. But again, this is going to require patience from you. So things are definitely changing. You're in a cycle and a shift right now where things are definitely moving at a higher pace for you. So where you're at right now is definitely not where you're going to be. But along this shift that is is going, that's happening right now. There is going to be a lot of you that are tuning in more to your spiritual side, whether this is you dreaming more now, getting prophetic type of dreams, or experiencing some visions, or just getting some clarity, or even your clairaudience picking up and you're hearing things telepathically in your mind, or you're able to connect with someone else at a telepathic, on a telepathic level, and get some kind of exchange of communication. There's definitely this intense energy of communication going on right now between you and someone else. There's also this feeling for some of you out there that may be in a relationship and that it's being tested, or a relationship that has come to an ending. There is a certain level of feeling empty inside. You are feeling very much empty. You're feeling not fulfilled and very not happy. And you're trying to understand, a lot of you are trying to understand why things have unfolded the way that they have, why these turn of events have happened, and what can you take away from it? What's the greater lesson here for you? And Spirit is basically saying, again, there is a lesson for it, and it all is centered around learning and seeing that there's no such thing as a mistake in this life. We don't make bad decisions or mistakes. Everything is a lesson, and we grow and we learn from those lessons. But some people like to categorize things into a box, or to categorize them into being a bad thing, for them. And yes, there are some things that are not good for our soul, but ultimately any loss that you're experiencing, whether this is someone walking out of your life, or someone that has recently died and passed on to the spirit realm, all of these losses that you are experiencing are going to open your heart up to a new understanding of life and death, and also understanding the whole premise of your purpose and your spiritual path here on the physical world. So right now you are being a teacher to many people in many ways, whether it's you teaching someone as a teacher, talking to them, or them just observing your life and what's going on through your life. They could be sitting back and watching the things that you're going through, and they're learning from you. And that's how we become teachers in many ways. It's not always about, sitting behind a microphone like I am right now doing these horoscopes for you. A lot of you are teachers to other people without realizing it, because you may be going through something in your life, and maybe your children or some other friend is watching things unfold in your life. In many ways, you're learning from that person. So again, you are being, your life is purposely being almost like a teacher, and it's teaching other people things about themselves, what to expect, what they can change, what they don't want in life, and what they do want in life. In so many ways, this is what is occurring this week for you. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this horoscope, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, and you will be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Thank you once again. Blessings and love and light. Right, so for the sign of Libra this week, for a lot of you Librans out there, you're experiencing a lot of positive energy, which is something I really haven't seen for quite some time when I do these horoscope videos for Libra. There's usually been a lot of chaotic energy, which may be true for some Libras out there. But this week, I don't know what it is. There's something in the air that's very magical. It could be, that we're in the holiday season, and a lot of you are feeling very good, very chipper, but there's a lot of, good, positive, strong energy that is surrounding you. The first thing is right now, a lot of you could be at the end of your, end of the year, and you're contemplating, where you're at in your career, what you can do differently, what can bring you a little bit more money. So a lot of you are focused on that. A lot of you are also focused on moving ahead. A lot of you are going to start making some changes in your life, moving away from, an old job, going into a new job, or moving away from a certain location. This could be a present to yourself or to your family, where you've decided you've looked at an apartment or a new home, and this is your gift to start off the new year. As you get into the new year, you'll be moving. There's a lot of movement. A lot of you could be traveling. There's a lot of airy energy right now where you're traveling, you're communicating, there's a lot of planning. So a lot of Christmas for a lot of people out there, a lot of Libras, your Christmas could involve travel plans and getting away from the area that you're currently in. A lot of your magical side is also coming out this week, meaning that a lot of you that are into witchcraft or white magic, you could be going into that, doing a lot of rituals, to ring in the winter solstice, because that's usually a Wiccan, celebration, the winter solstice, which occurs on the 21st, I believe. So which is coming up, very much so. Not this week, but the following week. But a lot of you could be preparing for that, or preparing to do, prosperity spells for the new year. There's a lot of things that are illuminated. A lot of you could be turning into your spiritual path, and this has nothing to do with witchcraft at all. It could just be you, wanting to learn more about, your own spiritual path. And so you're starting to read spiritual books. You're getting tarot cards. You're getting oracle cards. There's a lot of you that are interested in divination, Reiki healing, and a lot of you are going to be finding that this is a week in which you are kind of going to explore a little bit, maybe do some research. There's also some new energy in here. So for those of you that are single, Libras right now, that are single, you may not be single for too long. This could be a week in which you meet someone, or in the next couple of weeks you are starting to meet someone, or you're in communication with someone. So there's a lot highlighted around love, and this is being divinely orchestrated right now. So if you're single, you won't be single for too much longer. For some of you out there, if you're open and you've done the self-healing and the work, this is something that is coming towards you. A lot of you also are looking towards your finances, and you may be finding that there may be a boss that really admires you and that wants to to take on some more responsibilities, but you could be kind of holding back. You may not be sure that if you could, if you take on this role, if you would be happy with it. But ultimately there is some growth here. So Spirit is saying to be strong spiritually, and if someone is willing to give something to you, accept it. A lot of you have some issues with accepting gifts or accepting help, because maybe you were raised to be more high strung, or to be very prideful in many ways, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it is good to accept help if they are offering it to you, whether this is a financial gift, or this is just a gift, a Christmas gift, or something that someone does, a good gesture for you, such as bringing you lunch or taking you out to lunch. Just accept it and don't read too much into it. And as you get into the weekend, a lot of you are going to start doing some Christmas shopping if you haven't done it already or been procrastinating. A lot of you may be putting up your Christmas decorations this week. A lot of people like to wait, the week before Christmas or a couple of weeks before. So, if you've been procrastinating, use this week to get your decorations up once and for all, and you won't have to worry about it again. But this was a horoscope for the sign of Libra. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button, as well as the notification bell icon on the bottom right hand corner of this video, and you will be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. Thank you once again. Blessings and love and light. Scorpio, this week for Scorpios out there, a lot of you are moving fast-paced energy this week. A lot of you have a lot of work to clear out, and a lot of you are finding that you're not going to let anyone or anything stand in your way as you clear out this energy. There's also some focus around some of you Scorpios that may be single, or barely starting off a relationship with someone new. There is a lot of highlighted around your love life. This is an area that's very important to you, and you could be feeling like there is something going on, whether there are some mixed emotions, or you are just willing to take the relationship to the next level. This is going to apply for some of you Scorpio signs out there. For some of you that are in a relationship right now, there could be some external factors that are trying to separate you and your partner. This could be people such as maybe your partner's friends, or your own family members that are not supportive of what what you're doing in your life decisions. But ultimately, as a Scorpio, a lot of you out there are very independent, and you don't really care what your family or friends think. Ultimately, this is your life path, your love life, and your relationship. And so you're going to protect it in many ways, because you are a fighter, and you are someone that is very bold and outspoken when it comes to your life. You're not going to let people dictate to you how you should live your life. And so this is the energy that surrounds you. A lot of you that are single Scorpios out there have a potential, like I said, to meet someone. So whether this is going out for drinks, going out to a party, or you're maybe at a Christmas party and you tend to catch someone's eye, and there's this magnetic drawn, ability that you're both drawn to each other for a reason. This is kind of like the energy that surrounds this week. When it comes to your work life, a lot of you could be feeling very stressed, feeling like, you're not motivated right now in your work area. It's because maybe it's the end of the year. A lot of you are feeling a little bit more, wanting more space away from people. A lot of you may be wanting just to stay at home, not really venture out to shop or to be around people. And so there's this this mentality or this energy where a lot of you are going to be kind of withdrawing away from some friends, but in the solace of your space, in the solitude that you have, those moments of solitude, you may be finding that you are kind of, feeling lonely. A lot of you are maybe feeling lonely. And even though it's a very complicated thing to explain. A lot of you want to be around people or may want someone in your life, but for whatever reason, you feel a little bit more comfortable, and you don't want to be vulnerable and really necessarily, wanting to show that vulnerability to someone or for them to have that kind of power or control over you. But the heart wants what it wants, and ultimately we don't have any control over it. If you are wanting to be with someone but they are not, corresponding to you, the best thing that you can do is just leave it up to the universe right now. That's what Spirit is saying. Leave it to the universe. Things may change later. There is a strong male energy this week in your life. This could be a potential mate, this could be a partner, or this could be a father figure who is still in your life. If your father is still here alive in the physical world, if it's not, it could be your father in the spiritual world. But this person is very much a fighter themselves, and I feel like the male energy is someone that is kind of talking to you. There's some communication here about emotions, so they could say something that really kind of pisses you off for a moment or really upsets you in some kind of way, and you're not really happy about the situation, and you will go into arguments. There will be some arguments with a male energy because a lot of you Scorpios really tend to vibrate more on your masculine side. We all have a duality of the feminine side and the masculine side. I don't care if you're a male or a female, but there is definitely this vibration where you're more dominant, you're more into your masculine side, and that emerges this week. So anyone that challenges you, even if it's which I feel like it's a male energy, or someone that is vibrating in their masculine side, you are going to match them, and if they met their match, they're going to find that there's a lot of discussions, disagreements, things that are not really you're not really happy with right now. You may also be finding when it comes to your money this week that this is your main focal point. Even though you don't want to work, like I said, a lot of you are not motivated. A lot of you could be looking for the next opportunity or using any downtime to contemplate what is your next step, what is your next project, your next phase in your life. And as you go into the weekend and the following weeks, you are going to receive a lot of clarity. A lot of you are maybe already have an idea of what you want to do, but you're kind of scared. Eliminate that fear and just go full charge ahead, full speed ahead. So this is the horoscope for the sign of Scorpio for this week. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand side of this video, as well as a notification bell icon if you have not yet subscribed. If you already hit those, you don't have to hit them again. So blessings and love and light. Thank you once again. Sagittarius, this week for you Sagittarians, a lot of you are starting off the week feeling very good. There's a lot of positivity this week. There's a lot of things that you need to get off of your plate. Your work schedule, for a lot of you Sagittarians is very demanding this week. A lot of deadlines, things that you need to clear out. So your focus mainly this week is going to be centered around your work life and getting those priorities sorted out. There could be some issues around your family life right now, where maybe some kids, if you have children, maybe are going through some life lessons right now that are a little painful. They could be a little rebellious. You could be dealing with some energy this week that is very rebellious and has you kind of thinking, what is the next step? How do you handle this? Like, a lot of you may not be used to handling, others people's emotions, because right now you can barely handle yourself. There's a lot of things going on in your own personal life. While this week does have some connotations of positive energy for a lot of you, like I said, a lot of you may be feeling kind of bogged down by a lot of this. So stay focused on what is most important, and know that you're moving full speed ahead with this. Be very strong in your convictions and very strong in your choices, and don't kind of second guess yourself. If there's something that you're wanting to do, don't second guess yourself. This is something that Spirit is saying very strongly. A lot of you may be going through some financial struggles, which may be a little short-lived, but there could be some gifts, maybe a financial gift, a bonus if you work for an employer who does that, or buying a lottery ticket and a scratch off, and there's a couple of dollars here and there. I'm not talking about a lucky windfall or winning the lottery in many ways, but realistically there could be something that is there for you. So something to kind of contemplate. You could be going to bingo. A lot of you may do bingo and you come out of the bingo kind of in a good spot, or you visit a casino this week and you go to the slot machines, or you play craps on the table, and you get some kind of money that you win through it. So again, kind of contemplate whether or not gambling is something that you want to do. A lot of you may not want to do that, but a lot of you may already gamble in some kind of way in your life. So this week is a lot of energy around that, and not to get, Spirit is reminding you to not get emotional, because a lot of you may be feeling very lonely during this holiday season. This week in particular, for a lot of you Sagittarians, could be very sensitive, where you have moments where you're kind of feeling lonely, and you're not feeling very good about yourself, and you think about maybe someone that you used to celebrate with. So a lot of people could be coming this week and sending you messages to go out with them, to kind of pull you out of this shell. Your friends that know you the best, or know you very well, may know your heart and spirit, and know that you're struggling through this, and you may not be communicating it to people, but they know. And there is a strong male energy as well in your life right now, who may be contributing to bringing some light into your life. So if you maybe have met someone recently, there could be a date this week that you go on, or there could just be some emotional support from a masculine energy in your life right now, who's willing to kind of listen to you, and they're very wise. They have gone through their own life lessons, and so right now they want to give back to you in some kind of way. So accept that. Be very careful also on who's taking things from you. When I say taking, I mean taking your peace, stealing your peace, your time, and your energy. Just consider very well, who is draining like an energy vampire, and who is not. How you feel when you're around them. If you're around a person and you're feeling very low, you're feeling tired, and you're feeling negative after speaking with them, then this is probably like an energy vampire in many ways, or they have so much baggage that you as an empath are taking on that information, and it's affecting you in many ways. So limit your time and your space around this person, and surround yourself with people that elevate you and that make you feel like happy in many ways. So I want to thank you once again. This was the horoscope for the sign of Sagittarius. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish on this channel. Capricorn, this week for you, Capricorns, is a week about finding your balance. This is what it boils down to. You're very hard workers. You're very dedicated to your family. There's a lot of nurturing and a lot of protecting your family, and really kind of thinking, what is the best way to bring in income, and kind of using that income to help your family in many ways. But a lot of you could be feeling very unbalanced, or your life may not be as balanced as you thought it was, or is, because a lot of you are feeling very emotional, or you're feeling very tired. A lot of you could be dealing with some depression in many ways. A lot of you are feeling like you're having to walk away from a situation, whether this is a relationship or just someone that is, not helping you in your emotions. You may feel very misunderstood. So there's a lot of going back and forth with someone, and you may maybe be in a relationship that is kind of testing, and you walk away from this person or create space, and then you come back, and it's like this whole thing, a whole cycle that repeats itself, almost like a boomerang. And so the Spirit is saying right now that you may be feeling kind of let down. You could be feeling disappointed in many ways, but a lot of you may be handling this by taking a trip, whether this is getting in your vehicle and taking a road trip, or just taking a vacation away from your partner to clear your mind and your soul. A lot of you could be doing that. There is a lot of focus on your money right now. So a lot of you may be in a position or have created a business that is generating money that you really don't have to worry about when it comes to that. This is more so a week about your emotions. A lot of you also could be needing to stand your ground and to really be firm when it comes to decision making, or telling people, in your life exactly what you are wanting, what you expect. A certain level of respect and understanding that you may not be getting. So even if you do get, that level of respect, there's always a price to pay. And it feels like later in the week that, you feel just bogged down, you feel very tired, and like you've been through a big war with someone emotionally. So it has weighed down your spirit in many ways. Again, there is a sense that you pull back from someone. You're pulling back and you're moving. A lot of you could be deciding to move away, just to move away from all of this, whether it's to relocate to a new state, saying goodbye to someone, or traveling. Like I said, there's a lot of traveling, a lot of, you moving away from a situation. And ultimately, this creates more, it's almost like karma is at play here. This is a karmic relationship in many ways, or a karmic situation. And so through it, by you moving away, you're kind of, feeling that you may be judged by people in your social circle, or in that person's social circle, whether that's their family members or mutual friends. You could be feeling like you're very much judged by certain people. But Spirit is saying to remind yourself that this is your journey and your path, and if they are, treating you this way, then they're not really true friends or true people that you can trust right now, and that you just need to kind of really learn to trust yourself, and know that there will be some loyal people and new friends that do come into your life, but you have to remove yourself from any negative situations right now. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not yet subscribed, by hitting the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week. For the sign of Aquarius this week, this is going to be a very interesting week for a lot of you Aquarians. Some of you out there, and again, this may not apply to every single Aquarian, because every single person is going through a different experiences, or there's different circumstances in their life. But for Aquarius this week, there's a lot of highlighted around your love life right now when it comes to your relationships, your friendships, and your love life. There's someone that is close to you right now that could be feeding you a lot of information. They may be very manipulative in some ways, wanting to kind of have a certain situation go in their favor, say and do anything. This person may be wearing a facade or a mask in many ways, and not being their true self. The way that they present themselves to you could be actually different than how they are in real life. And to a certain level, even if this isn't expressed, there is a certain level or edge of darkness surrounding this person. This is also a decision where a lot of this week, it's pivotal, where a lot of friendships could be coming to an end. There could be some relationships that you are in right now that you may create some space and give some time, because you need some clarity. A lot of you Aquarians out there are not happy right now. A lot of you are going through some emotional periods. Your sleep time is not good. Like, you don't feel really good when you sleep at night. There's a lot of things around your love life that, again, are weighing hard on you right now, and it's very painful for you to let go. But there is an ending to a lot of this that is going to bring in some new energy and new beginning. So what happens when a person is very unhappy in their love life? Everybody handles this very differently. There could be some people that tend to throw themselves in their work, to not focus on their love life, or they are with someone right now, and that person could be, very comforting on certain levels, but you know, in the bigger picture, they may not be well liked by your family. They may not be well liked by other people in your life, but you've told yourself that they're very comfortable and they are the reason that they need to be in your life right now, because maybe you find some kind of comfort away from the hectic pace of your love life, you know, I mean, of your work life, or, you know, your friendships, and you find some kind of comfort, and maybe they're convenient to you right now for whatever reason. But there is like a third party relationship. There's like two key people that are close to your heart, and there is a lot of um, emotional feelings and things that are occurring right now. So Spirit is telling you right now, for a lot of you out there, that you may be feeling a little bit empty on the inside, but you need to kind of isolate yourself away from some people, and you may be starting to see things. You know, there could be a friend that you've recently had a conversation with that has told you, you know, you're going to have some revelations in some time. There's going to be some things that are going to be revealed to you, even if you're blinded by the friendship that you have right now, or by the love that you may think that you have for this person and the way that you see them, that there is going to be a mask that falls off. There is going to be a lot of things that are revealed. The person that you may be dealing with, like I said, that has some kind of level of darkness or an edge of darkness, cannot hide this forever, because everything comes out into the light. What is hidden will come out into the light. So right now, Spirit is saying a lot of you may be feeling very lonely, not sure, you know, emotionally not fulfilled. And so you may be turning more to spend time with yourself. A lot of you like to go out on adventures with nature, hug a tree, to be around, you know, family. You know, it's all about right now surrounding yourself with people that that, you know, you feel comfortable with. But you may need to pull yourself back away from a lot of this to get clarity. You could be getting a lot of or seeking out some advice from a lot of people, whether this is a close friend, a previous roommate, people that that you trust to a certain level, and you could be sharing some pieces and, you know, of your life and situations and trying to get clarity this week. But Spirit is saying that ultimately, regardless of what people are feeding you or telling you or providing to you, even if it's coming from the most beautiful place of love, that ultimately you need to you need to follow your heart and your own decisions and not be swayed, because the answers lie within yourself, not other people. And so there is a lot of decisions to make. There's a lot of hard and painful decisions this week that you are going to be faced with, but you need to make these decisions and know that there is a world of opportunities that exists beyond this, if you're willing to take a chance and to stop putting, you know, the fear in front, and stop for a moment and kind of really reevaluate the key people in your life that are close to you right now, that are in your life, that maybe every day that you're in contact with, and really see if you're being manipulated in some ways, or if they are really you know, elevating you and really helping you towards your path. There could be a codependency on from these people or this person in your life right now that is kind of blinding you, and you could have a certain level of codependency on this person as well. So again, you need to pay attention to these details for a lot of you Aquarians out there. So I want to thank you so much again for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right hand corner of this video, as well as a notification bell icon, so that way you can be notified of any future videos that I do publish. Blessings and love and light. Thank you once again. Pisces, this week for you Pisces, there's a lot of you out there right now that are experiencing some fulfillment and some happiness when it comes to your family life or your social circle, those that you consider soul family. So there's a lot of positivity around that for many of you. Again, this is not a horoscope that may apply to every single Pisces out there, because you're all living a certain or different, you know, lifestyle, and maybe in different circumstances. But for the most part, I do see that this is a week in which you may be contemplating some traveling. If you're with a partner right now, you could be trying to, you know, give them hints that maybe you want to take a trip before Christmas or around New Year's. So a lot of you may be doing some planning, going online, you know, shopping, doing your shopping this week for your Christmas gifts. And a lot of you may be kind of focusing on travel, and that's where the energy is. A lot of you are being very impatient right now as well. There could be something that in your life that is creating some disturbance, because as much as you try to fight it, there may be a lesson, a greater lesson for you out of this. So if this is a person that you don't like, and for some reason you're trying to distance them from a partner, or, you know, that likes them, or you're trying to distance this person from your life in general because you don't feel that they're authentic. In many ways, the more that you try to push this person away or try to resist this, spirit is going to keep them in your life for a reason. And the reason is because there may be a lesson. They may be a teacher to you, and there may be many things that you're going to learn from this person. So it's futile to really kind of fight that situation, but rather kind of sit back and let it occur, because whatever it is, there is a lesson here. When it comes to your love life, a lot of you are finding, some of you may be finding that there is some painful things, that you're not the only one, that there maybe your partner is seeing someone else, or has feelings for someone else, and that could kind of disturb you in many ways, thinking that perhaps they're not as loyal. But you may have known this going into the relationship from the beginning, that they were not someone that was, you know, stuck to one person, that they may be very flirtatious, or they have other people, potential love interests. So you're not the only one, and this could kind of make you feel very protective or overprotective of them, and feeling like, you know, maybe this other person could steal them from you at any given time. And there may be some validity to that, because your relationship may not have a very good stability. And if it does right now, things are going to change because of the fact that, again, the heart wants what it wants, and it cannot be, you know, tamed, and it cannot be changed. So ultimately right now, you may be enjoying the time that you have with your partner. A lot of you may be enjoying, you know, family, friends. There is some things that you are wanting to do in your life professionally that may be changing away from your current, you know, set of events of what you're doing right now, and you're kind of taking a chance, whether this is leaving a job behind or applying somewhere else. And you kind of see, more or less, you can see the future. You can see what you're wanting to create for your future. But there is going to be like a female energy that does help you. So whether you're a male or a female listening to this, there is going to be someone that kind of comes in and kind of helps you a little bit to reach your goals. And you may be aligning with this female energy very much so over this week, and getting a lot of ideas on how to handle things, etc. So I want to thank you so much for tuning in. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, be sure to follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, go ahead and hit the red subscribe button on the bottom right-hand corner of this video, as well as the notification bell icon. Blessings and love and light. Have an amazing week.